The future belongs to those who prepare for it today. Malcolm X. This quote is from Malcolm X, a prominent figure in the civil rights movement, known for advocating for the rights and empowerment of Black people in America. His message often emphasized the importance of taking action and making preparations for a better future. Think of it as planting a tree. If you plant it today, you'll have shade and fruit in the future. Malcolm X is saying that what we do right now can make our lives better later on. The only impossible journey is the one you never begin. Tony Robbins. Tony Robbins, a well-known motivational speaker and self-help author, often speaks about overcoming fears and taking the first step towards your goals. This quote encapsulates his belief in the power of starting as the first step to achieving anything. Imagine you have a dream of visiting a place far away, but you never buy a ticket or start walking. If you don't start, you'll never get there. Robbins tells us that nothing is impossible if you just begin. Innovation distinguishes between a leader and a follower. Steve Jobs, the co-founder of Apple Inc., said this to highlight the importance of creativity and innovation in achieving success. He believed that to lead and not just follow, one must innovate and think differently. Think about being in a race where everyone is following the same path. If you find a new, better way to run the race, you lead and win. Jobs is saying that coming up with new ideas is what makes someone a leader. We are all in the gutter, but some of us are looking at the stars. Oscar Wilde. This quote comes from Oscar Wilde's play, Lady Windermere's Fan. Wilde was known for his wit and for exploring themes of beauty and optimism, even in dire situations. Imagine everyone is stuck in a muddy place, but instead of just getting upset about it, some people choose to look up and admire the beautiful stars. Wilde tells us that even in bad times, we can find beauty and hope. The measure of intelligence is the ability to change. Albert Einstein. Attributed to Albert Einstein, one of the most influential physicists of the 20th century, this quote reflects his belief in adaptability and learning as core components of intelligence. Imagine using a map that's out of date. You'll get lost unless you adapt and find a new way. Einstein is saying being smart means being able to change when you need to. Do what you can, with what you have, where you are. Theodore Roosevelt. Said by Theodore Roosevelt, the 26th President of the United States, this quote encourages making the most of your current situation and resources to achieve your goals. If you want to make a big painting, but only have a small piece of paper and a few crayons, start with what you have. Roosevelt means that we should use whatever we have right now to do something great, instead of waiting for better things to come. To handle yourself, use your head. To handle others, use your heart. Eleanor Roosevelt. Eleanor Roosevelt, a former First Lady of the United States and a human rights activist, often spoke about the importance of intelligence in managing one's own life and empathy in dealing with others. When making decisions for yourself, think carefully. But when dealing with people, it's more important to be kind and understand their feelings. Mrs. Roosevelt is saying, being smart involves using both your brain and your heart. What we achieve inwardly will change outer reality. Plutarch. Plutarch, an ancient Greek biographer and essayist, emphasized the impact of internal growth on external circumstances through his works. This quote reflects his belief in the power of personal transformation. It's like when you learn to be happier on the inside, you start smiling more, and that makes the world around you a better place. Plutarch means that changing how we think and feel inside can really change our lives. You cannot shake hands with a clenched fist. Indira Gandhi. Indira Gandhi, the first female Prime Minister of India, made this statement to highlight the importance of peace and negotiation over aggression and conflict. If your hand is made into a fist, you can't shake hands with someone. Gandhi is saying that you can't make peace or come to an agreement if you're angry or closed off. Only when the tide goes out do you discover who's been swimming naked. Warren Buffett. Warren Buffett, one of the most successful investors of all time, used this metaphor to describe how financial downturns reveal which companies are strong and which are not prepared. Imagine everyone is swimming and looks fine when the water is high. But when the water goes away, you see who was swimming without a swimsuit. Buffett means that tough times show who is really prepared and who is not.